What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. Today we got another reaction. Not playing. But today we're watching the Bella Ramsey, my bad, Bella Thorne. Bella Ramsey situation is getting worse. Now, to each his own. I don't know why. I understand. I love The Last of Us. I love the game. I played both of them. You already know on my main channel, I played both of them. She does not look like Ellie in the second season. In the first season, I can kind of see it because she's younger. Her voice don't sound like her because the actual person who sound like Ellie is damn near fucking 30. We seen her. That was her mom. It showed how she gives a little backstory how she was immune. So yeah, when you look at that, it's like, all right. My thing is, she don't have the fight as Ellie. She don't have that rage. Like you play in both games. Ellie was a killer. Like when she first shot somebody in the show to save Joe, she shouldn't be like, oh my god. No, she was already like that before she met Joe. She killed somebody before and she knows how it feels. She was a badass. Especially in the second one, she really was a badass. In the second one, she act like she don't know what she doing. But I wouldn't say it just she getting a lot of hate because they say she look like Buzz. Like, keep on, she looks good. She's a pretty not pretty little girl. She's a pretty girl. I say little because she's small, but she's pretty. She's around, I think, younger than me. She's probably like a little bit younger than me. She's around 22 or 21 or 23. She's very good looking for her style. She just don't fit the role of Ellie. Same thing be said for the girl Abby. The girl Abby on season 2, she looks like Abby in the face, but do not have the brolic build. Abby is more swole, a powerhouse. So it just, I don't know. I feel like just a lot of shit be going on. Let me stop, yeah.
So lately, the drama surrounding Bella Ramsey's portrayal of Ellie in HBO's The Last of Us has been blowing up.
Oh my god.
From a simple controversy to hijacking fan pages for the original games. What started as skepticism has snowballed into an all-out internet war, and whether justified or not, the hate she's getting is now impossible to ignore. Everything blew up when a post online went viral. It asked simply, who do you think is the worst miscasting in movie history? I'll start. Bella Ramsey as Ellie in The Last of Us. That one tweet lit a match under a fan base already on edge. Thousands of responses flooded in. Some rushed to defend her, others tore her apart like a bloater with a grudge, and others were just confused. This isn't just about disliking her performance. A lot of the hate focuses on Ramsey's face, her voice, even her perceived femininity. Comments range from, she looks nothing like Ellie, to she's ugly AF, and her face ruins every scene. Some even said things like, waiting to see her in a live-action Buzz Lightyear flick. Others get crazier, accusing HBO of casting her purely to sabotage fan expectations or push some mysterious agenda. But
don't get me wrong, I hate when keep on, I love hold on, let me backtrack before I say I hate. I love that video games is coming to movies. I just hate that I think the HBO series of The Last of Us actually has the dude who made the game, if I'm not mistaken. I just hate that he let people get in his head because the game is phenomenal. I understand it's a TV show. And you honestly, fuck it, make it long. Snowfall long as fuck. It's a lot of shows that's long as fuck. Look at The Walking Dead, it's long as hell. Put the action in the game. When the game happens, you have cutscenes and you have a lot more like exploring and action. I get it, you want to cut down some exploring and stuff, but at the same time, put a lot of action in the game. I don't like how they have it to where the fungus makes a herd come. But no, it just herds will just herd. They just regular herds. In the game, it's just like they just walk around, just like The Walking Dead. It's no, you see fungus and now they coming this way or they come from under the ground. No, they just, I mean, the fungus did come from underground, but no, the zombies are just zombies at this point. I just hate that they kind of moving around from it, you know, because I ain't gonna lie to you, they stopped posting it last Sunday. They didn't post one last Sunday. They always post a Sunday at 9, like The Walking Dead. I have not seen it. I think they stopped because of this region law, all this stuff. It's because, for one, the game is not, it says it's inspired from the game, but it's changing a lot. Like, I get some of the stuff like with Ellie just showing us how she got immune, the little backstory of that is cool, but the parts that, if you play the game, keep on, the games, obviously the games came out way before the show. So if you play the game, you should know what parts coming up. You should be like, okay, this shit happened. Because you want to see, if I see in Halo, let me see. When I'm playing Halo and I see Master Chief came through the portal, he scared the little grunt and go boo. I want to see that in real time. So if I see Ellie and Joe fucking what was it? I think in Last of Us Part 2, they had a backstory when they was going to look somewhere for some guitar strings, and then Ellie almost got her head cut off. I mean, her head ripped apart by a bloater. Joe cut the bloater arm. He was cutting him down with a fucking machete. Like, he was real angry cutting down. I want to see that in the game. I don't want you to chop that, switch that, or put someone else there because it's not. I don't know. A lot of stuff they did in the show, it's not genuine. For one, making Joel's daughter black. Two, making Tommy's wife black. I understand like the race thing. I get it, but my thing is I want it to be like the game. I don't care about that. Like, make it the game. That's what we want to see. I want to see the game in real time. I don't want to see the character. That's like making Joe black. When the nigga, no, I want to see him be him. Same thing, you know. I don't want none of that. Like, oh, switching characters around, and then it was just a lot. There's a lot going on. Cause even in the second one, I don't know if they said anything about Tommy having a kid, but he didn't have a kid in the second one, or even in the first one. Like, she wasn't even, I think she was pregnant, but I don't think they even showed him. So that was cool to show if he did have a kid in the second one, to show it. But it just, the way they were doing things in the show didn't make sense. Like, how, for instance, when Joe died, Tommy went out his way to go find him, not Ellie. They didn't do a council. No, Tommy left, and that was inspired Maria to go talk to Ellie to go see to bring him back. They completely rewrote that. Ellie went out there. Tommy and fucking Jesse went to go get him because they did a community vote. So I don't know. It was just. It's a lot in that show that you gotta say, like, hey man, keep it the same. Same thing like Halo, the Halo series. Oh my god, I didn't know Captain Keyes in that junk. That's why it got canceled, because I didn't know Captain Keyes in the first season was the black guy. I'm like, who's this black guy? I thought it was Johnson, and his name was Johnson. I'm like, oh, it's Captain Keyes, and his daughter was the other one. I'm like, when I played the Halo, I'm like, oh, this is Captain Keyes. I'm like, what? And they got him as a black guy. And then Halo was just terrible. First of all, you show Master Chief's face. Nobody knows what he looked like. We don't know who he looked like as a kid. And maybe a teenager. Other than that, we don't know what the fuck he looked like. Two, you got him hating Katana and Halsey when, keep in mind, there's a reason why he was, if they actually played Halo, they would actually know. Them two are inseparable. They the one who made Halo. Him and Katana, Link is the one who made Halo. Because Katana is technically Dr. Halsey. So it's like when they did that shit, it was kind of like, wow. You making him hate. And then who was this lady, the little blonde lady who was with the Covenant? Nobody in any game, you did not see a human with the Covenant. Not no girl sitting here doing this and that, hanging with Arbor, none of that. So it was just that right there was just like the most work. That's why I kind of stopped making that. They probably ain't gonna make a season 3 because it was just terrible. I love the actor who plays Master Chief, but you didn't have to show his face though. And they really didn't. You could have waited till the whole series was over to show the cast of it. But the fact that you showed this, or even, no, you could show his name, but shit, at least people want to know what his face looked like. Because the action pack in there for season 2 was good. The fighting scene was great, but just the storyline was just horrible. They really ruined Halo. So,
but if it were just about
I just
looks,
yapped for like 8 minutes. I'm sorry.
Trending. Fans argue the real issue is that Bella Ramsey doesn't feel like Ellie in the first place. Many fans, even those who liked her in season 1, say she lacks the emotional range, physical presence, or raw intensity needed for the role.
Now she do lack a lot of that.
Towards season 3, where Ellie becomes a hardened force of vengeance. Ramsey, many claim, simply can't carry that weight, whether it's down to her acting skills or lack of familiarity with the character. Some even compare her scenes to watching someone stare into a fridge. One fan wrote, "The Nora scene had no tension. Bella looked like she was waiting for the microwave to ding." Sounds harsh, but the sentiment keeps popping up. That Bella doesn't bring enough depth, that her expressions feel forced, and that every emotionally charged line from the game now lands with a dull thud. And then there's the physicality problem. In The Last of Us Part 2, Ellie is nearly unrecognizable from the girl in the first game. She's taller, leaner, and terrifyingly efficient. She's not a child, but also not a Chad like Abby either.
But see, here's the thing. That's where I kind of draw the line right here.
Leaner, and terrifyingly efficient. She's not a child, but also not.
She looks more like Ellie, if anything. Because she's a little bit more taller, more leaner. This is the girl who plays Abby. If you go to the actual fucking thing, this is Abby. Hold on, I gotta sneeze. Ooh, this is what we should have got for Abby. They should have had her put on, like, she looks good, but she's nowhere near swole as Abby. Like, look how swole she is. So you look at it, it's kind of like she should have played Ellie a little bit. She's actually like a hybrid mix of them two, but She's not swole. I said they should have put her on a bodysuit because look how swole she is. She's very much of a powerhouse. Ellie's very much of a stealthy person. So that's why I kind of lost me. I'm like, where was the differential in them two? Because somebody's supposed to be a powerhouse. Somebody's supposed to be like a stealth type. She looks more like a stealth type.
Not a Chad like Abby either. But Bella Ramsey still looks like Season 1 Ellie. Still short, still weak, and lacking agility.
She
One
is very
commenter
still
joked,
short.
She had to mount a clicker like a backpack just to bring it down. She's way too weak and unrefined. And fans aren't convinced that this Ellie could realistically wipe out ULF soldiers or wrestle Seraphites without...
Because Ellie in the second one is damn near the same height as
Not
Joel.
that the fan base is unfamiliar with Backlash. People doubted Heath Ledger. They doubted Daniel Craig. But those actors delivered knockout performances that silenced critics. Ramsey, on the other hand, she had defenders after Season 1, that's for sure. People praised her chemistry with Pedro Pascal. Some even called her Emmy-worthy. But now the conversation's shifted massively. After she performed so well, it's breathtaking how she could do such an abysmal job. Another sore spot is her emotional delivery, or lack thereof. Countless posts bring up her limited acting range. Whether it's grief, rage, or vulnerability, fans say it all comes out the same. Slightly bored, vaguely annoyed, always loud, and irritating.
I feel like if I was to make a movie, oh my god, please don't fuck me up with this. If they make Gizmo a movie, please do the whole thing. Keep everybody the same. Don't make Barrett black. Don't make Cole white. Make Dom Hispanic. I think Dom is Hispanic. Remember what I say? Like, I will make sure the game is gonna be the movie. Like how they do the Disney shows. How they do like Leo and Stitch and all that other stuff. How to Train Your Dragon, which I want to go see How to Train Your Dragon this weekend, and Leo Stitch. And rest in peace to the dude who played Leo Stitch. I heard that he passed away just after like the show, the movie just dropped. So, but yeah, I'll make sure the game is just like how it should be in the movie. No skips, the scenes, the fight scenes. I don't care if it might be a little bit long. We're gonna make it something to where it's a little interesting. Cause I want to give the people like, oh, I played the game and now I'm looking at it like it's real life. Like, man, I was just playing it. Like, I want them to feel like, okay, let me go play it. And they look at it, put it by side. It's literally the game. I want them to have that feeling.
Subtle heartbreak.
All these twists and turnings is crazy to me.
Is missing in action. She seems to have two emotions, angry and empty. There's absolutely no in between. Then there's the massive trust put in Ramsey by showrunners Craig Mazin and Neil Druckmann. They doubled down, insisting she was the only choice. Bella is Ellie, Mazin said. The moment she read for the role, we knew. But fans aren't buying it anymore. They've started asking tougher questions. Did the producers deliberately avoid a game-faithful adaptation? Did they want a more divisive take on Ellie to reshape the narrative? Considering they cast an Abby who resembles Ellie more and acts better.
Exactly. He said too. She resembles Ellie more. She definitely looks like Ellie because Ellie hair is this type of color. She looks like she will be a great Ellie. No bullshit. She's actually a little bit taller too, so. And then the dude who played Jesse looks good. Who plays Dina, she looks alright. Dina's small too. Dina's just short. That girl who played Dina is really short. She's very fine. She's beautiful. She's around my age. I love to talk to her. But yeah, her and Ellie is short. Keep in mind, Dina and them. Okay, Ellie's shorter than Jesse. Joel is taller than Ellie. I think Joel and Jesse the same height, and Tommy. But Dina and Ellie's probably like at least 5, 7, or 8. So when you look at it, it's like, bro, they short. Cause Abby was like the same height as fucking Owen. She's literally the same height. So I think Owen's like 5, 7, 8 too. I don't know. When you look at a lot of this, it's like, man, you kind of dropped the ball. And the two dudes that said that, oh yeah, she's the one, it's like, bro, I get it. But at the same time, no, it's not. It just, I don't know. I don't know where they went with this.
Better than Bella does, it'd be hard to see it as an accident. Some claim Bella was cast not despite her differences, but because of them. It's reported that they told her not to play the game. Why? Because this isn't the Ellie we know. They wanted a different version, one that is a lot less authentic for some reason.
Hold on, give me a second.
Now we have to live with it. It's hard not to see some kind of agenda at play when so many poor decisions are being taken following a runaway success from Season 1. And now the writing in Season 2 is pouring gasoline on the fire. Joel is unrecognizable, Dina is out of character, and Ellie is somehow even more bratty than Season 1, even though she's meant to be a grown-up now. Instead of a subtle transformation from grief to fury, viewers are getting what they call Terminator Ellie, an emotionless teenager running around with pistols while brooding like she's the final boss in a discount RPG. There's even a growing number of fans rooting for Abby. Yes, Abby. the same character who sparked 1,000 debates when the second game was released for killing Joel. In this version, she's being framed as more.
On me, I hated Abby in the game
Meanwhile,
for killing Joel.
in Bella's hands,
I still do.
become a cold, unlikable shell of her former self. And Season 2's new episodes are only making it worse. The backlash intensifies. As Season 2 unfolds, one thing is becoming painfully clear. The cracks that fans noticed in Season 1 have widened into full-blown fractures, and the debate has gone from maybe this isn't the right fit to how did anyone ever think this was going to work? Let's talk about believability. One of the biggest criticisms centers on how implausible it is to see Bella's version of Ellie go toe-to-toe with hardened killers. In the game, Ellie is visibly transformed. She's physically stronger,
look how tall she
more
is.
emotionally developed, and now hollow, finding herself consumed by vengeance. Fans spent hours sneaking through Seattle with her, watching her crush enemies with brutal precision. But in the show, that same Ellie still looks like she should be studying for a math test. It's too big of a difference to come to terms with. A young-looking teen who should be drawing is instead effortlessly killing experienced survivors. It's not just the looks, it's the weight of performance too. Ashley Johnson's original acting as Ellie had deep layers.
She
was
looked
a smart-mouthed kid, yes, but one who carried her immense trauma just beneath the surface of her skin. Fans praised her subtle shifts, those little hesitations, side glances, the quiet moments where the pain peeked through. Bella's version often feels like she's reading the lines off a cue card backstage, rather than bringing new life to a beloved character. Several fans point to the farmhouse scene as their breaking point. In the game, it's a devastating argument between Ellie and Joel, raw, tense, and very unforgettable. In the show, they say it felt like a high school drama rehearsal. You'd be mistaken for thinking it was a couple of friends arguing over a late pizza order. But it doesn't stop there. Another major sore point is chemistry, or rather, the painful lack of it. While many praised Pedro Pascal's take on Joel, even comparing him favorably to Troy Baker, the emotional bond between Joel and Ellie just didn't land for many viewers. Instead of a complex father-daughter dynamic forged in blood and fire,
look how short she
it feels
is,
more
bro.
like two strangers arguing for no reason in every scene. It almost looks like Pedro's giving every scene his heart, while Bella daydreams of her next Tamu order. As criticism piles up,
Oh, another thing too, Tommy with I don't know if that character who plays Tommy is kind of has a little Dominican in him or something like that. He looks like it. Tommy is definitely a white guy. Like him and Joe are these straight country boys. So when I look at him and I saw that, I'm like, because Tommy has blonde hair. He does not have black hair. He does not have that type of hair. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm like, with the character switch, it was kind of weird because they could have found a lot of people who play this. It's not that hard. Like shit, they could have even did the voice actors of the people because they probably would have looked more like them. Especially the voice actors, and they probably wasn't even that old. If you probably Google how old the voice actors is of the game, they probably ain't that old to where they could, Ellie's obviously the lady who plays Ellie is old. But she probably could have played the teen version, like the second one, like on the second part of her. And she probably could have went through like some getting leaner and stuff like that. She probably could have played that part, Nobody never knows.
defenders of Bella's casting are sounding increasingly desperate. Some
And
argue
there
that
go
the show's
Maria,
version of Ellie
like
was meant to
said,
be different.
not
writing
the right
changed the character
person,
to fit
but
a
it is
darker,
what it
more
is.
isolated version. But for every defender pointing to nuance, there's a fan with clips, screenshots, and side-by-side comparisons showing how Bella's performance simply lacks the emotional fire Ellie is known for. Even if a change was planned, you could at least do the franchise justice by casting somebody mature enough to give the role a good performance. And then there's the question of fan expectations. This isn't just any character. Ellie is sacred to fans of the game. She's been with them for a decade. They've cried with her, fought with her, watched her burn people's communities to the ground, literally sometimes. So when HBO cast someone who looked, sounded, and acted nothing like grown-up Ellie for Season 2, they knew, without explanation or justification, that it felt like a betrayal of the games. This is why the hate has become so common and deep. It's not just about Bella's acting or her appearance. It's about trust. Fans feeling like the soul of the character was swapped out for something hollow.
Honestly, that was for all characters. Like, say, people who played the girl, Joel's daughter, was swapped out for somebody else. Tommy's wife, Tommy himself. Fucking Abby kind of, she could be Abby, but she just had to put on a bodysuit. I mean, it's a lot of people. My thing is, they could have done a lot, because you look at the clickers, they put a lot of detail on them. They could have done a lot of detail to make these characters look like the characters in the game. Or actually find somebody, because there's fans, this game, like I said, it's been for a decade. There's people who out there who looks, I'm pretty sure you go to Comic-Con who dress like Joel, who dresses like Tommy. You could have gave somebody a chance. I don't know, in my head, it seemed like they just kind of dropped the ball here. Like, Joel probably the only person, he plays probably the only person who actually played Joel kind of very good. Even though he's probably not even American like that. I know Bella, she's not American either. But still, dumb people, even like Rick Rollins, they do a very great American voice, even though they're not American. But I'm saying, he probably played, the dude who plays Tommy, I like him, but he should have just had his hair color. But he don't look like, he looks more like he don't look like your average Caucasian guy. That's what I'm saying. He don't look like the Tommy, you know. Tommy was a country boy, you know what I'm saying. He don't even sound like him. That much. I mean, he actually kind of do. Now I think about it, he don't sound like him that much, but he kind of do. So it's like when you look at it, just Jesse was kind of self-explanatory, so it's kind of easy, you know, not to be racist, but you know. But he doesn't plays a good role. Jesse just, he has longer hair, and he's probably a little bit more swollen than Jesse. We never really seen Jesse without a jacket, so. But yeah. So yeah, when you see that, and then like when they got to the in season 2, when they got to the Seraphites, when I think Dina got hit with arrow, technically Dina never came with them. Jesse found Abby on his own when Abby was not Abby when Ellie was getting captured. So yeah, and in the game, when Ellie was going to the aquarium, she didn't go to the surfing island. She never got captured and almost got killed. It was Abby. That's where they switched roles. Because Ellie found out about the Seraphites a different way when she was in that park. Because she saw the little signs of like they were goddess. When she was in that park, she's the one who got shot at the arrow by herself and realized how weird they were. So that's what I'm like saying. And then it was just flipped. The game is going too fast. It's flipped. You know, it wasn't going the right way. So now when we finna see the Abby day 1, if they ever drop it, hopefully they do that right, because there's a lot of stuff that they could easily do wrong in that one, because I don't know.
It's about watching a once beloved world reinterpreted in ways they don't recognize and being told to love it anyway. And when you pile lousy acting on top of it as a cherry on the cake, it's never going to end well. Even worse, attempts at constructive criticism are often met
Look
with
at that water.
If someone says Bella doesn't emote enough, they're accused of being bigoted. If they point out the difference between Game Ellie and Show Ellie, they're dismissed as toxic fanboys. This fuels resentment towards those with legitimate concerns. As one commenter said, "I hate the fans more than Bella. You can't even have a real conversation without getting labeled a monster. It's insanity." The forums online have become digital battlegrounds. Posts get locked, comments get mass downvoted. People are banned just for saying that Bella Ramsey simply doesn't work in the role. Meanwhile, others lash out in analytical ways. There are threads debating and breaking.
I'll say she don't work. I mean, a lot of people in there don't work in a role, if you look at them.
It's nitpicky,
So.
yes, but it shows how deeply the disconnect runs. She can't do anything right. Maybe she can try to get hooked up with a State Farm ad instead. And the jokes are starting to bite deep. Memes comparing her to AI voice assistants. Deepfake edits replacing her with fan-favorite picks like Kaylee Spaney or Maisie Williams. One fan even renamed the show The Ass of Us, pointing at not only the acting, but writing itself as huge disappointments.
Now, I gotta agree with that. The writing was terrible. Because as in the first game, I think Joel came across the stalkers. Hey, people know what the stalker was. They kind of knew what it was. They didn't say it was a new infected. They knew what the stalker was. So, in the first game, as you going through the hospital, it had a picture of signs. They had the runners, stalkers, the clickers, then the bloaters. Like, it's stages that they go through. So
Another sarcastically dubbed her the NPC queen.
same thing. They didn't fight when they supposed to fight the bloater. It was supposed to be in that little school thing.
The tone has shifted from
I
disappointment.
think they did
to
do it though, but I'm saying
That's
though.
usually the point of no return for fandoms. The damage is too great and wounds too deep for things to simply blow over. In the end, it might not even matter how good Bella Ramsey actually is. Once a narrative like this takes hold,
I like her. I just said the whole storyline and character casting for all the roles was kind of
she's now
just
carrying the weight
rushed.
of every creative decision people hate about this adaptation. The writing, the direction, the pacing. It all leads back to her because of her acting as the character to whom these other issues are attached. And here's the cruel irony. Bella Ramsey might never have had a chance. Between the diehard love for the game, the brutal standards of online fandoms, and the creative choices made behind the scenes, she was dropped into a role almost impossible to survive. She just happened to be possibly the worst choice imaginable. Now every scene is judged not just for what it is, but for what it isn't, and could have been too. As we near Season 3's events, it's basically a guarantee that if Ellie isn't recast, things are just gonna get even more insane in the fandom, and rightfully so if the acting doesn't improve.
I say they just need to. I don't know.
What are your thoughts on this whole situation?
I said they should have just take their time, did it just like as a game is. Don't switch races, roles, and all this other stuff. And if anything, add more to what the game kind of lacked. Don't take what the game had. It took in season 1 and season 2. They took a lot of the action out. Now season 2, I can say when they had a little Tommy going against their herd, because they said they had herds coming up to they little in their little settlement, and they had, so it's kind of cool to see that and see him fight a bloater with a flamethrower. It's kind of cool to see like the stories that they told in the game actually be played inside the show. But at the same time, you took away from a lot of the combat that people played in the game that was not in the show. Like, there's a lot that happened in the show with combat wise that you would love to see that they did not show. Hopefully they show the Rat King that Abby goes against in the show, because she in the hospital, that's one of the big things. That's a new effect. It's a Rat King, so it's basically a whole bunch of clickers and all that built up into one big old thing. So hopefully they show that one. If they don't show that, then that's gonna be, if they really don't show that fight, or at least try to drag it out, because it was a long fight depending on what difficulty you plan on, they gonna really kill that show. But I don't know. That's what I got to take on this video. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Alright, I'm out. Goodbye.